Okay, yeah, so skipping a word ending, skipping of whole lines. What's going on with this situation? So this is a really interesting one and a huge issue. We see about a third of the children we help having some degree of difficulty with this. And yet it's talked about very little in the literature. So what we find is these children have often, they've been to the optician, they've got glasses, maybe they've got 20/20 vision, their eyesight's okay, and yet they're having trouble seeing the words on the page. Often if you show them a single word, they can read it okay, but if you show them a page of text, it overwhelms them, or at least you see the skipping of words and skipping of lines. So what's happening is that the children are struggling with their convergence and their tracking. So the optician tests whether each eye works, one at a time, and adjusts for any problems with the way the lens works. But they don't test whether the eyes are working together. But of course we're binocular visioned animals, and so your eyes have to work together to be working properly. And what you'll see is these children really struggling with that, and it's particularly bad late in the day. So it takes a lot of energy for the eyes to do this. It sort of feels natural when you're doing it, and it's very hard to notice the fact that your child is struggling with this. But in order to get the eyes pointing at exactly the same spot somewhere, there's lots of neurology going on there. The whole of the visual system is having to match up the two images so that they lay over each other. The balance is all involved, so as I move my head, my eyes just naturally swivel. You probably never noticed that, but actually your eyes do that without you having to do it. That's because it's the balance system and those little canals are all tied into the motor control of the muscles around your eyes. It's amazing. And so if this system is a bit weak, then the child struggles with it, so they then do less eye tracking sort of stuff. They play less sort of games with things moving, and of course this is potentially a rising problem because of screen time and all of that sort of thing. And the good news is the solution is really, really easy. So we get the children to do a little exercise. So they follow their finger like this. And so I'm staring at the back of my finger really intently. And we try to get them to think that they're trying to burn a hole in their finger with their laser eyes. So they do that 10 times, back and forth. So it takes about 15 seconds. You'll find some children really won't be able to do that. So as they go across, they often get to the midline, and their eyes sort of bounce away across the midline. It's a very complex visual moment, the midline, for reasons I can't explain right now. But you'll see some difficulties. So if it is hard, then they should stop as soon as they lose lock-on, and just do, even if it's 2 or 3. And then the crucial thing is, and this is something I think we're unique in, is we say you must do that at least 5 times a day, hopefully 9 or 10 times a day at the weekend. And it's that really regular hit of a short session that creates change. Often in about a week, 10 days, you'll see a huge improvement. And then, like any muscle thing, and neurological thing, you need to just sort of keep it up a little. So we recommend doing 3 or 4 sessions a day over the next few months. Eventually, reading itself will become your eye tracking exercise. So it's not like you have to do this for the rest of your life, but we can really get quick results if that's what you're seeing. And so many children who have reading difficulty, this is the cause of it, because they just really can't see the words clearly on the page. It's so simple. And then generally, we get them to do a bit of trainer text afterwards because they're behind with their reading, and the trainer text is the quickest way to catch up.